Larson to the bottom of the track.
Slide job.
Trying to take the lead away.
Slide job.
Shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again. Buescher gets on the inside of SVG.
And Kenza cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenza takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
Busch goes low. Burton blocks. He gets back up. Comes to the line. Jeff, your little boy, has done it. Harrison Burton wins in Daytona.
Larson has cleared him. Allgaier, look at his hands. Now looks to the
Here
bottom.
comes Larson off turn 2. Larson's got the run down the back.
Can he win 2 days in a row?
The rookie.
Can he battle Kyle Busch 2 days in a row?
He battled him yesterday and beat him.
Here he comes. Diving to the inside. Kyle took the block. He blocked him.
It's the Kyle and Kyle show off, turn 4.
How many times we seen this? This is like 4 or 5 times these two guys have battled each other for the victory.
Busch the veteran, Larson the rookie. Kyle Busch wins California.
Al, what was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Hello guys and welcome back to Calamity Corner. This is now episode 12. Once again, I'm James and I'm back here with returning guests Noah and Nick. So we have two guests on for this episode. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hi. We balling heavy.
How's it going, James?
It's going good, Nick. How are you, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, bud. Thanks for having me back.
Of course, you're always welcome on. All right. So, Brickyard. Now, I'm going to sit here and be honest. I turned off the race after lap 40-something. Because as my luck will have it, I'm getting out of the shower. I hear the commentator screaming, Larson's in the wall, like I've heard the past month. So I said, you know what? NASCAR, you're not going to hurt me today. And I went about my day and I did other things.
And then you got a text message from me spewing whatever propaganda I would decide to spew that day.
And that's fine. You can spew whatever you want, bro. It's your opinion. But but yes, as it turned out, I guess the end of the race turned out to be pretty good because Corey Heim, once again, he wins. It was Heim time at the Brickyard. Probably my favorite saying right now is Heim time. He comes and celebrates. He gets out the car. He taps his wrist. Y'all know what time it is. It's
Heim time, baby.
It's Heim time, baby.
Heim time.
And speaking of Corey Heim, he loves to rage bait Carson Hocevar, and I'm here for it.
Heck yeah. I'm all for it.
I think the funniest part about that entire situation was the fact that Heim was completely unaware of actually what happened until afterwards.
Yeah, so Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Hocevar told him he was number one.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
He was number one.
At 180 miles an hour, Carson Hocevar decides to give Corey Heim a certain finger when Corey Heim is coming down pit road. And Corey Heim said he didn't see him, which is pretty funny. And the way that Hocevar was coming, he came close, very close to the white line. And at the end of that white line is a wall. And I wouldn't say it would have been funny. For the pod, I'm going to say it would have been funny. But it would have been very interesting if Carson Hocevar hit that wall. Doing what he did.
I have no comment.
Why not?
I have no comment. Because I think, in all honesty...
So you have a comment?
Yeah, I do have a comment. It's called, I think what Carson Hocevar is doing is actually decent for the sport. I think we should have rivalries.
Stop it, bro.
I think we should. I'm fine with other people flipping other people off. I mean, it's NASCAR. That stuff has been going on since the 90s.
Okay, that part is true. I'm not going to disagree with you. That part is true. But I feel like the way he comes in these interviews, he was like, yeah, whoever wants it can come take it. Like, what are we taking from you?
Clearly the Brickyard 400. I mean,
Like he won at Talladega. That's cool. All right. He was in the Chili's car.
Whoop-de-doo.
He was in the Chili's car. He did a 2-hour-long celebration, it felt like. That's fine. But what else does he have? Corey Heim, who is a part-time driver, has 15...
he shouldn't be, by the way.
I agree, but he has 15 starts this year and has 2 wins. One in San Diego, which he straight up beat Tyler Reddick for. And then Brickyard, he wins again. He has a crown jewel win before he's even a full-time driver.
And before Chase Elliott, who's been in the sport for a decade.
Oh, that's right. Chase Elliott doesn't have one.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that right now.
Yeah. Shows you how much of a fry that 9 car is.
Sorry, Nick. We know that's your guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's my guy now. So
Yeah.
You're a Chase Elliott fan? Gross.
Him and Chase Briscoe I really like. So
Bro likes the chases. That's pretty solid.
yeah.
And Noah hates both chases. Well, hate's a strong word, but he dislikes both of them.
Yep.
All right, so getting into the racing at the end, we saw Christopher Bell. Well, the highlights that I saw, we saw Christopher Bell chase Corey Heim down. He got into, 0.3 of a second behind, and then he just stalled out. And you know what? That's the next gen car. Unfortunately, that's what we have. Air is one heck of a thing in NASCAR right now. And it feels like the drivers that can manipulate the air the best are the best right now. We've seen that with Denny. I feel like, once again, Denny is one of the best at manipulating air. Corey Heim, he did a great job with that and was able to get the win. Now, how do you guys think we can fix that in relation to
I think
dirty
the first
air?
thing that we need to do,
Mm-hmm.
in all seriousness, I think we need to up the horsepower even further. I do not think... I think the fact that we can lose as much ground as we do, let's say if a driver gets tight and they can't revamp their momentum as quickly, it takes up to a lap. Now, I understand that Indianapolis has always been difficult to pass. It has been that way since NASCAR has gotten there. These cars are not always going to be very good at passing at single-lane racetracks. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
But we've never seen Indianapolis be impossible to pass.
It's not impossible. We saw Kyle Larson pass cars in 2024 when he won there.
Yeah, but that's because he had such a superior car that day that, I mean, sometimes those just happen. But
superior car strategy, whether or not.
Yes.
Domination.
But I'll give an example right
end.
here. Joey Logano finished third, right? He was 2.5 seconds back with about a dozen laps to go. He cut that gap down to about half a second in about 6 laps.
Yeah.
Logano was the fastest car on the track
That's
the
fine.
last 15 laps of that race. And all Corey Heim did was not make a mistake, which within itself is incredible. But Joey Logano or Christopher Bell should have been able to maybe move up a little bit, maybe move up half a groove into turn 4 and get a run down a straightaway like we've seen in the O'Reilly car so often, where they can run up half a lane and get this big run down the straightaway.
All right. So before I give my thoughts, I want to give Nick the chance to give his. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Man, I really don't know what to think. I mean, for one, it's obviously hard to pass. Yeah. I think you got nothing to lose. I think you could try it. Either do the the short track package, yep, or I don't know, because Hamlin mentioned something about raising the rear spoiler a little bit there, because they got nothing to lose. So
yeah, you get rid of the downforce mode of the car by dropping the nose and you rear the lift spoiler off the ground, kind of like the old Gen 4 car.
Yeah. I know Denny was mentioning that. I listened to Actions Detrimental this morning when I was working. So, I think either one would be fine to test out and see what you got. I mean, they got nothing to lose. So I would say do it like a test session with the two and see which one kind of works out and go from there.
Yeah, because I feel like So they've already have data with the short track package. I think it's a great package because what we see with it is we see a lot of on these short tracks you can pass, right? That's always been the discussion of whether or not or why can't drivers pass from the early introduction of the next gen car when we just had one package for all 36 races excluding Daytona and Talladega and Atlanta. But my honest opinion, I want to see more horsepower. With doing that, you put it more into the driver's hands. Driver skills will show more than others. And I feel like as a fan, I feel like we need to see that more, and we lost that a little bit. Would you guys agree with that?
I definitely agree with the fact that the short track package is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think that a lot of it does come down to the car itself and how it's made.
Yeah.
A big difference between the Gen 6 and the next gen is the fact that we have a 6-gear transmission technically instead of a 5. So you also be six-gear transmission being the 5 gears in reverse.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with this car.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we were shifting at Martinsville, we're shifting at Bristol, the fact that we're shifting altogether really slows down the momentum that you can have. Yeah. Unless the driver in front makes a massive mistake, you're not passing. So I think with the up the ante with the horsepower, you can try and keep the revs between maybe 4th gear or something like that, and keep it a 1 gear like we've seen at Bristol a couple of times. Because I actually think the short track package at Bristol is actually the best in all the series. But I think that, let's say for a track like Martinsville where the racing has genuinely struggled since the introduction of the next gen, even when it's gotten a little bit better, it still has struggled in my opinion. I do think that if you do up the horsepower even further and maybe even give them smaller spoilers, lift the nose down, I don't know, do what you need to do. But I think there's still improvements that could definitely be made.
Of course. I mean, no car is ever going to be perfect, right?
No.
But as a fan, we don't want to see a car that's just like been.
We don't want to see a 300-lap green flag run at Martinsville every year.
Yeah, like a car that's been struggling to perform, I would say, for 5 years because we've been, the next gen for 5 years now.
Yeah, going on 5.
And NASCAR just makes little changes here and there, but they refuse to make a big swing at things. Well, maybe you can call the new Super Speedway package a big swing because, lower horsepower, unfortunately, and lower downforce.
Yeah,
now.
but for Super Speedways, at least, you're still running at the speed where the Gen 4 was running. I saw a post the other day that was saying that they're running the same speeds as they did in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans love the early 2000s package. Why? Because you can get massive runs and you can pass and it's not gridlocked. So if this is taking a step towards in that direction, then I don't really see a problem in lowering the horsepower.
Yeah. We will see how it turns out. Of course, NASCAR doesn't give them practice, so the teams won't know what they have until it's time to drop the green flag, really. And that's
another problem within itself.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with NASCAR right now, but I digress. So we're going to talk about Ford a little bit now. They showed up with speed at Indy. Logano, like you said, Noah, he was probably the fastest car at the end of that race. He got a top 5 and finished 3rd. Brad Keselowski finished 6th. A great run for Brad. Josh Berry finished 7th. Ryan Preece finished 8th. Great runs for those guys that I feel like really needed it. Chris Buescher just outside the top 10 at 11th, but I feel like Chris Buescher had top 5 speed.
He did. He had top 7 speed most of the race. It's just that last run kind of messed him up.
Yeah. Do you guys think Ford's waking up? And I want to have Nick give his thoughts first.
I think this was a good wake-up call for them. I think also North Wilkesboro was a good kick for them with, finally not Ryan Blaney winning. I mean, they put themselves in a good spot towards the end of Indy, and I would say my only thing was Priest taking 4 tires was the biggest bonehead move at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Because I think he only needed to take less fuel than guys like Heim and Hamlin, and I personally think Priest could have possibly won the Brickyard 400 had he not taken 4 tires. But yeah, I think this is a good wake-up call for Ford. I mean, they got some really good tracks coming up here for them. Iowa's a good one for them. I mean, RFK, mainly Brad Keselowski, dominated that last year, winning both stages. What else is there? Richmond, they're good there with Logano, and Blaney's starting to get better there.
Yep.
And then obviously New Hampshire, like up into Logano and Priest's right up in their ball game there. So I think the Fords, I think this is a good little setup for them. I am a little worried about them in the chase because the tracks tend to not favor them that are in the chase.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens from here, and hopefully they can build on some momentum and maybe show up, and maybe the Toyotas will get some competition or something. We'll see.
Maybe NASCAR makes a rule change like they've made in the past, and somehow Toyota dissipates. But we will see. What are your thoughts, Noah?
I think the Fords in general have made a decent enough turnaround. We talked about it in the last episode as well, how the tracks coming up for the Penske cars in specifics, they're really good.
Yeah.
I'll give an example. Gateway and Iowa, I would think, are fairly close in nature. So you look at Austin Cindric, who is really the main guy on the cutoff at this point.
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire, that's another one where he's going to do really well. Richmond could be 50-50, and then we know Daytona, where Austin Cindric has proven time and time again that he can get stage points, he can run well, he can avoid the accidents.
He can win.
Yeah, he could possibly win. So I think that I think all 3 Penske cars have a very solid chance of making the chase. Now, if we want to go and talk about, let's say, RFK, they're in a little bit of a different spot. I think Chris Buescher is going to lock up a spot within the next 2 weeks anyways.
Of course.
He's pretty much safe.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece is a big question. I think that he has the possibility to run well. However, I do not know how well he's going to take advantage of this opportunity at hand. And then like Nick said, I'm going to piggyback off of him. Brad Keselowski has 3 good racetracks coming towards him. Yep. He's dominated at Iowa. He's won at Richmond multiple times. He won at New Hampshire before. And he has a super speedway in Daytona coming up. I mean, this really lines up perfectly for the big 2 Ford teams.
Yeah. So what it sounds like to me is Calamity Corner is buying into the Ford stock for the rest of the season.
I wouldn't say the rest of the season, but I'm definitely going to say within the next 6 weeks.
That's fair. We'll take that. All right, moving on. So now Todd Father Todd Gilliland wins the $1 million for the in-season championship after Ryan Blaney was unfortunately caught up in an accident with John Hunter Nemechek. And I'm not going to give too many thoughts on that because Todd Gilliland...
Absolute masterclass.
Right place, right time. He earned it, man. He gets $1 million for his team, so that's great.
The Todd Father.
Todd Father, yes, sir.
I think the in-season challenge is one of the few great changes NASCAR has made.
Agreed.
I love the fact that there's no points involved. It's just, we're just going to do something for fun in the middle of the summer.
Agreed.
To spice some things up. I am perfectly okay with that, and I love the fact that we're giving the smaller teams an opportunity to show up and show out.
Yeah.
This is the second year that we've had it, and this is the second year that we've had an underdog in the finale. And this is, the first time that we've had an underdog win it. But this is a great step in the direction, and I kind of want to see more of this going forward from NASCAR.
All right. I'd agree with that. That's a great point, Noah. Will. Moving on, we are now going to... we got into the chase already a little bit, but Cindric and Ryan Preece are the 2 guys on the cut line. SVG is a little bit above it. Bubba's a little bit above it.
I don't mean to interject, but
Go ahead.
I think one thing that we haven't really talked about is Eric Jones. He's also there as well. I don't know how well he's going to run, but he's definitely a contender for a potential chase spot.
Yeah, so you bring up Eric Jones. A couple of weeks ago, he was up to, 15th in
14th,
points,
15th, yeah.
and now he's
Yeah.
down to 18th. So it seems like he's sliding a little bit. And then, okay, like we said, Bubba Wallace is now getting closer and closer to the cut line. Are y'all worried about whether Bubba makes the chase or not?
Not at all.
What about? Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I'd be a little worried. I mean, like, I would say out of all these tracks that are coming up, Richmond and Daytona, I think suit him. But however, I mean, I think it was the final stage or second stage or whatever it was last year at Richmond. I mean, something happened and he fell off and finished way in the back. And that worries me a bit. Oh, I don't exactly remember. But I mean, he's at 540 points right now. So he's got about a 60-point buffer right now. So I mean, that's not horrible, but I mean, it's a little bit to keep you on your toes. So do I think he makes it? Yeah, I think Bubba makes it, but I don't think it's going to be easy these next 4 weeks for him. So
Agreed. All right, so getting into the debate about whether Indianapolis should be on the Cup schedule, I think it should. It's the racing capital of the world for a reason. You should have multiple series that race there, like IndyCar, excuse me, with the Indy 500. F1 race there forever. Why wouldn't NASCAR race there? Do you guys think?
I personally think the debate itself is honestly quite silly.
Yeah.
Indianapolis is a crown jewel in this sport, and while I do agree that the racing sometimes is not the best, it's almost kind of like Monaco in a sense for Formula One, where you kind of need it on the schedule. It's a historic track. It's deserved its place as a crown jewel.
Go ahead.
It should just stay on the schedule. It shouldn't really be really a debate. Should the racing be better? Absolutely, but it should not be even a debate of whether the Brickyard 400 should be on the schedule.
Yeah, I love the connotation you made with Monaco and F1 because I feel like in both cases it has more to do with the cars than it has to do with the tracks itself. Because we have seen great NASCAR Cup Series racing at Indianapolis before, and that was with a different package, a different generation of car. And again, I'm not going to continue to beat a dead horse about how crappy the next gen car is. So we're gonna ask Nick. Nick, what are your thoughts about Indianapolis being on the Cup schedule?
I mean, yeah, it should be on the schedule. And I know it provides crappy racing sometimes, but yes, it should be on the schedule. I mean, it's the racing capital of the world. I mean, one of the most historic racetracks. I mean, Jeff Gordon, I mean, he's won the Brickyard 400 5 times.
Yep.
5 times, yep. Yeah, one of the most historic tracks, one of the most unique celebrations in all of motorsports by kissing the bricks. I mean, yeah, and it's a crown jewel event. Why would you take it off the schedule? There's no point to. I mean, I get it. We all complained how many years ago, and then we got the stupid road course. And I mean, the first year, I mean, I thought it was fine, but then once we got with the next gen car, then it just sucked, and I hated it.
Yeah.
So I was glad they went back to the oval, but I mean, the racing does need to be better. So yes, and it should stay on the schedule. So.
Yeah, and I feel like Kyle Petty made such a terrible point about the Brickyard 400 because he said it wasn't a true crown jewel NASCAR race. He argued history, tradition, and roots in the South, but like, I don't agree with Kyle Petty at all. I think he's wrong.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Since when have we ever considered Talladega to be a crown jewel?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
Bristol
if you
is
want to
more
say
of
the
a crown
Bristol night
jewel.
race is a crown jewel, I
Yeah.
can let that slide.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have the big three, the Daytona 500, the Southern 500, and the Coke 600.
yeah.
Those have been there since the 70s and the 60s. The Bristol night race, I feel like that's the weakest of the crown jewels, though it is a very important race.
Because what is it, 500 laps?
Yep.
Like, come on, man, that's not easy.
Yeah, but it's the Bristol night race, though. You know what I mean? I do feel like the general fan base has always been considered the big four. The Brickyard 400, Southern 500, Coke 600, and the Daytona 500. Those have always been the crown jewels since I've been a fan of the sport, and I've been a fan since 2010. So that's just my opinion on it.
I'm with you, bud. I've been watching NASCAR since Clint Boyer had the Cheerios 33 car. I miss that car so much.
With the wing on the back.
Yeah, way back then.
Holy 2009.
Yes, sir. All right, so now we're going to get into my least favorite part of this episode. Is going to be talking about Hendrick struggling. I want to say, I'm going to make a point here. Part of it is Alex Bowman's fault, whether that's directly or indirectly.
Wherever Alex Bowman goes, chaos follows.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, you saw he won the Chicago street race, and then they canned it. So,
well, they canned Chicagoland too for a bit after he won there too.
He might just be the track killer. We can't have him win again, bro.
Have him win Richmond. We don't need Richmond on this. Oh, he has. He took
has
away
won
Richmond,
yeah.
We'll do it again.
All right, so Byron, I would rank the HMS drivers as Kyle Larson as the top. Now, that's not saying a lot, but I would have Chase Elliott just under him, and then way down below, I would have William Byron, and then way down below that, I would have Alex Bowman. Would you guys agree with that?
I heavily disagree with that.
You disagree?
I disagree.
I think you are grossly underrating William Byron and how awful of a season he has truly had. This is not William Byron at all.
I said he was the third best Hendrick driver.
He's not the third best Hendrick driver.
Who's the third best?
Chase Elliott.
Disagreed.
Oh, that's where I'm going to disagree with you on
Chase Elliott has 2 wins, big dog.
This year, but if we're talking about since all 4 of them have been teammates, let's be honest.
We're not
William Byron,
but we're talking about this.
2025 has been the best driver.
We're talking,
there.
Bud. We're talking about this year.
About now.
Oh, we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about this year. Oh yeah, then yeah. Byron's been the third best driver this year.
Let alone this season, I would probably put. I think the 2 wins stands for itself. I think I got to put Elliott 1, but in this recent stretch, I'm putting Chase Elliott dead last.
Ooh.
He has sucked. Okay. He is awful. Like, who is this Chase Elliott that's driving the car? This is not Chase Elliott. I mean, he's only got 1 top 10 in the last, 12 races?
Yeah.
I don't like that look at all. I think Chase Elliott in this stretch has easily been the worst. I would say Bowman's right there. Then it's Byron and then Larson at the top.
Which isn't saying much because they suck.
Larson has had a top 10 finish in a month and a half.
No, it's been a month.
I mean, no Hendrick driver has finished in the top 10 in the last 3 races.
Yeah.
Not one of them.
All right. Last point, guys, because I really want to get this into the podcast. Denny Hamlin made such a great point, like you said, Nick, about actions detrimental. He was asked about Spire's speed, and he said that Spire Motorsports is a Joe Gibbs Racing satellite team, and he said that it's interesting. Everywhere that I had good runs last year, it seemed like their cars got a lot of speed. Now, I feel like they need to call out Spire more, because I feel like their speed this year is fraudulent. Would you guys agree with that?
One name.
Well,
Chris Gabehart.
Yes.
There you go.
Exactly.
yeah, if you want to say Chris Gabehart, yeah, but I'm gonna bring up another point as well. Spire year over year has been gradually getting better. Now, I will say, compared to last year to this year, the gap is massive.
Yeah.
But
what was it last year? Top 20 speed to what now? Race winning speed? Like, come on, that's crazy.
Well, you also have to consider it as well. You know, Carson Hocevar, regardless of our opinions about him, he's a top 10 driver in the sport right now.
Disagree.
He's year over year, he is getting better at a very quick rate.
Disagree. I can name you 10 drivers right now better than Carson Hocevar.
All right.
Let's hear it.
All right. Kyle Larson. Whether
He
you
hasn't
like
finished
it or
top
not,
10 in a month and a half.
doesn't matter. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Chase
Don't
Briscoe,
give me Ty Gibbs over Carson Hocevar.
Chris
let's be real.
Buescher, Christopher Bell. I'm even
Okay.
putting Suarez over
Hell no.
Suarez over
That's how
Hocevar.
you know that.
Hot
That's how you know that
take.
Gabe Hart.
Joey
is strong.
Logano
Daniel
over
Suar-
Joey Logano over Hocevar and Shane Van Gisbergen over Hocevar.
Shane Van Gisbergen, bro? Are you kidding me?
I said it
We
here.
got some.
Ty-
some hot takes
Carson
here. I like this.
Hocevar. Excuse me, let me back up from the mic. My bad. Carson Hocevar is not a top 10 driver in the NASCAR Cup Series, and with that,
Wow.
we are
You'd
out
really
of
be letting
time.
everyone have a podcast. Actually, I'm sorry. That's foul.
We are out of time. And that'll do it for episode 12 of Calamity Corner. Thank you, Nick and Noah, for coming on. It's
course.
been great
Thank
debating
you for
y'all.
having me again.
Of course.
Of
Thanks for having us,
course.
bud.
Of course. We will see y'all a bit later. Thank you for listening to Calamity Corner podcast. If you want to learn more about me or the podcast, follow me on Instagram at jamesc._.24.